Me, not you. And now we gotta find the lighter. And then we gotta find the lighter. I'll fix it. Better now? How's the signal? I just reset my internet. Cool. Yeah. So I got a story to tell. I already told Corner, so it freaked me out a bit. I was terrified today. Absolutely terrified. Not even that long ago. Like, my heart was pounding. I was really scared. I was sitting here not too long ago actually getting this built up, ready to start the fire. Off in the distance, I hear something approaching my camp, walking. I look, and there's a person walking towards my camp off in the distance. I know there's a person because, blue and a blue jacket with a white kind of hat on. It's a person. 100% it was a person. So that freaked me out, and they keep getting closer and closer and closer. Where I am, it is not usual. It's not typical to ever see another human being. So I was terrified. I grabbed the biggest stick I could get. In fact, it was this burnt stick right here in my hand right now. And I get up and I start walking towards this person that's walking towards me, because in my mind, if I see someone up here and they're approaching me, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be up to no good. It's just that rare of occurrence. It's freaked me out. I'm screaming, "Hey, bud, I ain't no crackhead. I ain't doing anything wrong here. What do you need? I'm not going to cause you problems. Don't cause me problems." And I'm ready to charge at this person at this point. And they're about, I'd say, 20-ish meters ahead of me, just out of my, where my vision starts to go blurry. Then I hear the person scream, "It's just me! It's just me!" So it was my boss. She was coming to give me the keys to open up tomorrow, because she's had a problem with her ex-husband. He came to her business today and caused her a bunch of problems, and she's going to go stay with her mother for a few days. So I'm working tomorrow. That's good. But she scared the hell out of me. I had to say, "Okay, no problem. If you're going to just show up like that, give me a text. You scared me. You scared me half to death, woman." I was really close to charging at my boss with a stick in my hand and attacking. That's how freaked out I was. At anybody approaching my camp, I would do it. That's how unusual it is to have people approach. But yeah, I'm adding to my stockpile of ready to make food today. I'm doing another stew tonight. I've got frozen about 15 different meals. Well, 15. I got 5 meals of the kimchi stew I made, 5 meals of the beef stew I made frozen, and 5 meals of the that hash I made the other night frozen. And I'm making another stew with chicken hearts, beef scraps, and pork tail. Well, that's... Yeah, and I also have a lot of veggies. Lots and lots of veggies. What short video did you watch? I'm doing a lot better now, as you can tell. I'm posting again, especially now that I'm back to work again, while the shop is open. My mental state is fan-freaking-tastic. Yeah, it's Toronto that kind of gave me this fear of people approaching my camp, because there were a lot of addicts out there. And yeah, I've had knives, hammers, been robbed a few times. It really puts a fear in you, humans. I also have to remember that I'm not in Toronto anymore. I'm so far up where I am that it's probably 9 times out of 10 it's going to be a hunter. Uh, yeah. Well, no. The thing is, that's where people who are really down and out, they go. And unfortunately, when you're that down and out, all you can think of is your fix. And you don't care who you get it from, or you don't care who you hurt. And I feel bad for them. I hope they get themselves out of it and just can become healthy human beings. Hey, Joanne. Oh, I love chicken hearts. The thing about them, I like them in stews because the broth penetrates the whole heart. You know, there are ventricles and whatnot in the heart. And the meat kind of tastes like dark meat chicken. It tastes just like dark meat, but it's a little bit rubberier, but it holds the flavor, especially in a stew. The broth really gets into it, but I got a little bit of everything in here. I'm trying to make a bunch of meals together, and that's not everything that's in there yet. I still have to add the veggies once this has braised, or this is stewed for about 45 minutes. Then I'll add the veggies and break it down into a bunch of meals. But most importantly, that's not it. I want to cook these in it. I got dumplings. I've been wanting dumplings for a while, so that's the most important thing going in here. But this will get broken down into several meals and saved for a time I'm not able to get out to town. Because you know what really sucks? Eating nothing but canned food. It hasn't even started. Yeah, it looked warm and tasty. It's raw. In fact, I forgot to buy some water. So we forgot to bring some extra water in. So I've got enough drinking water for tonight. I had to go down to the lake and get chunks of ice to put in there so I had enough liquid in it. There's still ice in it. I'll grab a piece. Legit ice from the river. Oh, I've been wanting dumplings for a while, but they'll go in after all the meat and stuff is stewed and the broth is tasty. Yes, I am. That's the point. Nicola, I've been freezing meals. I've got right now 15 decent meals frozen. I got my little outdoor pantry. And I'm going to be breaking this down into Tupperware, freezing about 5 or 6 portions out of it. Probably freezing 5 portions. Have some tonight. And then use the broth and what veggies I have left over for tomorrow. Heat it up again. And then I'll have frozen meals for later and this. Well, if I had a freezer, if I had a place to live, I'd be doing that all year round. I like to cooking like this here. There's a lot of meat in there. There's a lot of protein. There's a lot of veggies. This whole thing, 5, 6 meals. So it's going to be a total of 7 meals. I'll freeze 5 portions, have one tonight, one tomorrow. Freeze 5 portions, so 7 meals. This whole thing is less than $20. Do the math. $2 per meal. Less than $2 per meal. $3 per meal. And it's something good, tasty, and somewhat healthy. Yeah, I buy cheap stuff from the butcher, and that really helps out. Like, if you're not afraid to try the stuff most people won't, like chicken hearts, that's a lot of protein, and they do taste good. So there's like a pound of chicken hearts in there. There is about a pound or two of pork tail in there. There's there's 5 chicken drumsticks and some scrap stewing beef that I got from the butcher. I spent like what, maybe $8 on meat and whatnot from the butcher shop where I could get the scraps. I think I spent more money on vegetables than I did on the meat. I've never been scared to try different things. Like, it was usually every Saturday or Sunday morning with my grandparents. My grandmother would do liver and onions with an egg on top for breakfast. So I've never been really that. I was desensitized to organs at a young age. Oh, I love some beef tongue. Nicola, that sounds pretty cool. I have things on YouTube to learn new skills and whatnot. It's something I would like to try. I've tried cooking underground. It did not work. I tried to cook a deer roast underground, and the meat wasn't fatty enough for it. So it was really tough and chewy and just bad. How about now? How's the reception? Deer is good. Um, Moose is better. Deer is good, but you have to be prepared for a little bit of gaminess. Well, the thing is, I didn't waste any of the meat either. I ended up eating the meat no matter what. Like I got the deer. It was free. It was roadkill. My boss gave me it because she got like 60 pounds of the stuff, and I didn't waste even the stuff I didn't like. I made deer meatballs and they were fantastic. But I have a thing about against waste. I will not waste anything. So even though I didn't care for it, you're damn right I consumed it. Uh, if it's fresh roadkill, yeah. Like you're gonna get what 100 pounds of meat off a regular deal or deer roadkill. You're gonna lose like 40 pounds of that. So like maybe you get between 40 and 60 pounds of meat. But if it's fresh, yeah, it's fine. There's a lottery up in Yukon and BC where if somebody hits a deer in winter, or sorry, if someone hits a moose in winter, you get a phone call from the city. If you join the lottery, and you go collect your moose. Oh, we're boiling. We're boiling. Really garlicky, really spicy. Nice. Should take that off. And do this. I'm gonna just pop this off for a second and push that coals underneath. Perfect. Oh shit. Oh, okay. That's a little bit better. Oh, God damn it, that's really hot. And load the fire back up. I'm going to be, what I'm doing with this is I'm going to save most of it. I'll freeze it outside because it's like -20. And yeah, I will have lots of meals and good stuff out of this. It's better to have meal like this saved so I don't have to eat nothing but canned beans. That's the thing. I am so far ahead. Like, this will be, with this, again, I'll break it up into 5 portions. I'll have 20 meals saved that are I home cooked, that are damn well delicious, if I do say so myself. And yeah, home cooked meals whenever I want. I just gotta walk over to my outdoor storage spot for my food, and throw a little bit of water in the pan, empty the Tupperware out right into it, and heat it up. Once it melts and is warm, eat. Most of my cooking is really spicy. I like spice, and I've noticed having a lot of spicy food helps keep me a little bit warmer. Like, it's right now it's like -17 out Celsius, which is like -2 or 3 Fahrenheit, which is pretty damn cold. And I find the spice really warms you up. That's the thing. If I get my own land, I want to make an outdoor kitchen and like call it the hobo's crock pot or something like that, or the hobo's cauldron, and get myself a big cast iron cauldron to make stews. Like, one of my favorite things is a stew. Stews are delightful. You can't go really wrong with a stew. And especially like this, get a small fire going. It's feasible. Hey, Dale. Well, in here I got some fermented chili paste. Really spicy stuff, Korean. A thing of kimchi, because I like kimchi. And the rest right now is just the meat cooking. I've got other stuff that's going to go in once the meat is, cooked, stewed, all the flavors are out of it. I'll add the veggies in, the mushrooms, and the dumplings. Let them finish off, portion it out, and then get to eat my dinner. Right now, it is 6 p.m. I don't need any money, man. I'm not here asking for money. I'm here just chilling, having a conversation. This is good for my mental health. I'm in a fantastic, it's been a while. It's over a year now. But I don't really consider myself homeless anymore. I went from being a homeless to being a woodman. I'm a new age druid. That's what I am. Hey, Jay. And Logan. I'm just making another stew tonight so I can freeze it and have more meals saved away. I've been very paranoid that I'm going to get stuck, not get to go to town, and have to eat beans and rice, nothing but beans and rice for days and days and days. So I've been making meals like this, putting them in Tupperware, freezing them, and I've got a spot I'm storing them. I've got a small little. I grabbed some wood and I built kind of like a box to store it in. I covered it in snow, packed it down, poured some water over it, and let it freeze so no animals can get in. And I've been storing my frozen goods there. Oh, I love working. That's the thing. I love working. I absolutely. The problem with that is before I used to identify myself as the job I did. I was a crane operator. That's who I was. Not being able to do that, I've had to reevaluate who I am as a person, and I've learned that you can't just be that. You're not just, oh, I'm a crane operator, that's all I am. You're more than that. You're more than what you do. It took years to come to terms with that. I'm calling myself a forest druid, a new-aged forest druid. I walk around and go collect it. I've got a small handsaw and a hatchet. I break the wood down into small pieces like this for when I'm cooking. I leave them in full logs when I need to have a bonfire when it's too cold. Wood is free if you're willing to walk. Yeah, I refuse to put anything that burns in the tent for my own safety. Carbon monoxide is a real thing. I use blankets, and I insulated the shelter pretty well, so I'm good on the inside. If it's like -30, I'll get a big bonfire going, and I'm fine all night. I pretty much live stream at camp. I will live stream. I don't live stream at work because it's not my business. It's my boss's business, and out of respect, I wouldn't do that to her. I sometimes live stream when I'm at town shopping, but I just don't think it's that interesting. You know, you guys watching me go to the dollar store or stand out in front of a butcher shop waiting for them to give me my cheap meat. I will stream sometimes in camp when I'm getting ready for sleep and I need somebody to talk to, or when I'm doing a nice fire. I don't share all my fires. I have a fire every single night. Every single freaking night I have a fire, even when it's raining. So I don't share a lot of the fires. Sometimes I'm in the mood to share it, like tonight. Oh, actually, speaking of which, I can't wait to add these into it. We're talking about broccoli, like my name and whatnot. Guess what these are? I got these from my boss. Guess what these are? She planted a bunch of broccoli on her windowsill in the shop. Like, so much of it. These are broccoli sprouts. These are going in the stew. They're microgreens and they're so good. Crunchy. She gave me a whole handful of them in a Ziploc bag that I'm using for something else now. That's how much she gave me. That's all broccoli sprouts, and I'm going to enjoy them tonight. They're going in there. Well, the fact is, it is cheap. If you know how to shop, this is like 20 bucks. Everything I'm making here is like less than $20. I'm going to get I'm going to get 7 hearty meals out of this or more for less than $20. And if I really wanted to cheap out, I could have done it for $16 and not included the chicken drumsticks. But I wanted actual chicken. So I could have done it even cheaper. And you could even extend it further by boiling some pasta and adding into the stew when it's finished. If you go to like butcher shops and you're okay with eating scrap meat, offcuts, you can get them very cheap. Same thing if you're not scared of hearts and tails, you can do it even cheaper and have these big filling meals that you could feed your family for an entire day for less than 20 bucks. Actually, yeah, in approximately 10 minutes, I'm going to be taking this off about 9 minutes, and I'm going to add the rest of the stuff, let that cook for another 10 minutes, and then the stream is over. I got to do my work packing it all up and have my dinner. I swear, if you like dark meat chicken, go to your butcher shop, get a pound of chicken hearts, make a stew, something like really hearty and spicy, put the chicken hearts in at the beginning. They add a lot of depth and flavor to the dish, and when you eat them, all the broth seeps into it, so whatever you flavor the stew or soup as, that's what they're going to taste like, and they have the taste of dark meat chicken, and they feel really nice to eat. I've actually never been a fan of chicken breast. I've always leaned more towards the dark meat and organs. Call me crazy. Oh my God, thank you very much. I appreciate the super. You're getting a heart, a like, and a thumbs up. You're freaking awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much, Monzo. And yeah, I'll let that finish cooking. And now she's done. Now we gotta need a light. Well, everything is cooked. The meat is done. I want to taste it. Right there, that's a chicken heart. Honestly, I love these things. Oh. It needs salt. That's what I needed. That's so much better. That is beautiful. And, you know, we have the rest of the stuff cooking for 15 more minutes and she's done. Of course, reconfigure the fire. Let's get that. Some more coals. Yeah, some fires aren't good to watch. You know, the ones that start with a forest. And I'm going to cook all the dumplings in this bag. I got a spoon for that. Or I do not. Microgreens go in. Oyster mushrooms go in. A handful of long beans. There's not enough room, but I'm going to keep them in there anyways. We'll top it off with some of this stuff. See about pushing all that in. Get it down as far as possible. Oh shit, that is hot. And sorry I'm not talking much, I'm trying to do this. Those are Chinese dumplings. I've been wanting dumplings, so I figured I'd put some in the stew tonight. So I'll have some tonight, and the rest will get frozen. I also have some udon noodles, so I'll when I split it up, I'll put a pack of the udon noodles into some of the stuff I freeze, and just so I have factual, meals and whatnot. Oh fuck, that is heavy now. Make sure you don't lose anything, like my spoon. Did I lose my spoon again? I did not. And doing like 3 things at once. So guys, I'm sorry I'm not responding to anything. Trying to clean my space as I go. Get this done. While streaming. Sorry about that. Hello, bushcraft. Oh man, Jay, I do this stuff. This is... I lose my mind when I was just eating beans. Sorry about that. The chat stopped working. I was losing my mind when I was eating nothing but beans. So I decided I'm going to do something. I'm going to make my meals myself. I'm going to freeze them. And I'm going to have decent goddamn meals. Something that's home cooked that I can enjoy and be proud of instead of just fucking canned food, canned chili, instant noodles. That's been my problem is I've been doing nothing but instant noodles, chili, and beans for a year. Instant noodles are really bad for you. They're very high calorie and not filling. I want to get back into shape. So instead of all that crap, I'm preparing my meals myself. And I'm toning it down. I'm trying to keep myself under 2,000 calories. And I want to get back to the me I was. So at least this way I get to eat something that's enjoyable, tastes fucking amazing, and is at least somewhat healthy. And cheap. This is less than 20 bucks. Just remember that. This cost me less than $20 for 7 meals. But I'm glad you guys are here to share the fire with me. Well, Monzo, there are things you can do to lessen the load. I don't want everybody to go out and try to start doing this because I won't be able to if everybody does it. But meat up in Canada is ungodly expensive. It's disgusting how expensive meat is. If you can go to a butcher shop, find one that's near you, talk to them about the scraps that they sell for beef. Like, I've got actual chunks of beef in there, about a pound worth of beef in there. Pieces of actual beef. I got it for $2. Not even that. Because the butcheries, when they make mistakes when they're cutting the meat, what they sell has to look pretty. Pieces that aren't pretty get turned to scraps and sold as chuck to like the Chinese restaurants or the restaurants around town that they're just going to boil it, use it for stock, and throw it out. You can buy that stuff, marinate it overnight, and it's really tender. Or you use it for stew where you cook it for an hour and it's beautifully tender. It's stewing. And it's cheap. Same thing if you're okay with trying new things. Chicken hearts. You get like 2 pounds of chicken hearts for like $2. Same with pork tail. There's a lot of meat on pork tail, but it's kind of fatty and a lot of collagen. And the spine and the marrow add so much flavor to a stew. That's why I love the stuff. And when it's done, you still get a nice little mouthful of the meat. At least that's what I've learned. It's not like it used to be for me because, again, you know I've been on top before. I've been up high and been down low. It's not like the olden days where if I want something nice to eat, I can go to any restaurant I want, spend $100 for dinner for a steak at a steakhouse a few times a week. I've learned that meals that are cheap can be as good, if not they're better than these, fancy meals. I've learned a lot. Chickpeas. Uh, I here's the thing. I can't handle beans and legumes right now. I went for months and months where I was just eating beans, chickpeas. What are the other one? Split peas that are dried for months and months and months, and I just don't have a taste for them right now. When you're just eating the damn same like beans on rice, chili and beans with instant noodles, or rice with fucking just kidney beans and chickpeas and all that stuff over and over and over again, and just you get sick of it. And I went for months and months and months just doing that. Hey Jay. Oh, that's the thing. I I I love Jamaican food. There's this jerk chicken restaurant where I used to live. My God. They also did the oxtail soup. Uh, oh, not much is up, Briar. I want to do that. It's just every time I'm cooking, I end up live stream. Like when I do a meal like this, I'm live streaming it. So it's kind of hard for me to do a cooking video while I'm live streaming. I'm really glad everybody joined me tonight. I've had a great time just sitting here cooking. I don't know how I'm going to bring this out. I'm going to have to use the stick to move this because that handle is scorching hot. It is snowy here. I'm in a really good spot. I'm in somewhat of a valley where the wind just blows the snow over, so there's not much snow in my immediate vicinity. But if I walk out to the highway, about a 15-minute walk, there's a lot of snow. Like the snowbank is about as tall as I am. Same with my boss's property. It's nothing but a white desert. If you pick the right spots, no matter the weather, you're going to be fine. Like this spot has been really good to me. Oh. So I'm going to be ending this stream in a couple minutes because this is done. It's been fun. The stew is stewed. And it's time to get the stew off. Go in, portion it out. There we go. And try not to burn myself or spill it all. What? There she is. All the garlic I put into it started to come up. Hey, Zeus, thank you very much. Thank you for the super. And I put a lot of garlic. That's in it. That is minced garlic. That has floated to the top. And I've been wanting this for a while. I gotta have one now. This is gonna be a fantastic dumpling. I've been wanting dumpling for such a long time. Oh, but I'll end up having a good meal tonight. And again, that's like 7 meals for the future. That is awesome. Oh, it goes so well. It goes so well. Oh, I want another one. I don't want a mushroom. Oh my God, that burnt. And there is the pork tail. No, that is a mushroom. That's another mushroom. Pigtail. That is pigtail. Right there, you can see there's a lot of skin on it. Nice and collagen-y fatty, but you still get a nice chunk of meat. It's basically pork belly with more collagen. And it's always you. So good. And this is why I like cooking with pork tail. That's the spinal column that's in the tail. There's so much marrow in it that it leaches out into whatever you're cooking with. Like, that's why you stew it. It's not for the tail itself. It's not for... It adds a nice richness and fattiness to it, but it's the marrow. The marrow brings such... to your food. That's the only word I got for it. Dinner. You guys, thank you all for the Super Zeus. You're going to get a heart for that. That is going to get packed. Those handles are hot. But I'm getting everything ready to go freeze it and dinner. You guys rock. Thank you for joining me tonight. I've had a great night. You guys always keep me such... You guys are great company. You were really good for my mental health. I appreciate it for y'all being here and letting me not go crazy. That's appreciated. And you guys have a great night. And I'll be on the Discord sometime tonight. Don't know. But if you can get me fast, I go too far into the direct messaging and losing I get frustrated.